Hi, my name's Amanda. Nice to meet you. I'm a writer, and this is my story. I can't even remember a time before I knew how to read or write, but I think my literacy narrative truly began in high school. That was when I fell in love with classic literature. Reading was a lens in my mind's eye through which I could see other worlds, through which I could look in on the lives of the characters within the stories.
You examine me, Miss Eyre. Do you think me handsome?
I should, if I had deliberated, have replied to his question by something conventionally vague and polite, but the answer somehow slipped from my tongue before I was aware. No, sir. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. Inspired by these epic tales, my fingers took to the keyboard. I wrote as much in the style of the classics as I thought I could, using as many big words as I could possibly cram into a sentence, and I was highly praised for it. There it was. I was a good writer. I made it. And so the book closed on my writing studies. I had reached the pinnacle. Or so I thought.
Hi everybody, welcome to our first day of class. My name is Dr. Ryan.
Hi, and I'm Sandy Feinstein. You can call me Sandy or Dr. Feinstein or Professor Feinstein, whatever makes you work harder.
Well, I prefer a little bit more formality, so you can please call me Dr. Ryan.
And I cannot stand it if someone calls me Mrs. anything or Feinstein, because that's not my name.
So with our introductions out of the way, let's go ahead and just get started. I'd love everybody to get out a piece of paper. And go ahead and put your name at the top of that piece of paper. And then I'm going to give you 5 minutes to write. And what I want you to write about is what kind of animal you think you are and why. Okay, everybody, let's talk about the Cicero reading you had last night. What did you think?
Well, it seemed to me like Cicero was very preoccupied with taking apart that specific person he didn't seem to like very much in the second half and deconstructing every single argument he has ever made since he was 5.
No. Who was the audience? What was Cicero doing? Where was he? He's a lawyer.
Okay, so moving on from audience, what did you learn about argument in the piece?
Well, it has more of a courtroom, vibe to it. So since Cicero's a lawyer, he's obviously talking about a more judicial, law room, kind of courtroom type of audience. But to have an argument, he needs to have an argument to begin with. They need to have this shared understanding that there's two sides that they disagree on. He's talking about two sides of one. This isn't theological. This is judicial. This is right versus wrong. This is one side versus the other side. This discourse is that you need to have the shared understanding that you're talking about two different things at one time. This discourse is that you need to have the understanding. He's a lawyer.
I do not belong here.
Okay, everybody, we're going to talk about our first big assignment, your statement of purpose.
And a statement of purpose is the one paper you're going to do over and over throughout college. They're going to be for scholarships, they're going to be for internships, they're going to be part of cover letters for jobs. And you can find some places like the scholarships on your Canvas to sort of see what's available to you.
Yeah, but when you're writing your statement of purpose, you really want to think about the thing we have been talking about in this class, which is audience. You need to think about audience when you're writing your statement of purpose. It's absolutely paramount. Oh, and that is all the time we have. Have a great weekend. Your journals are due to Canvas before next class. Bye.
Has been graded and you've done one kind of paper. So now we're going to talk about the proposal. And the proposal is a partner piece often with the statement of purpose. When you're applying, say for an internship, you might have to have a proposal of what you plan or want to do.
And when are those proposals due? Aw, really? Come on guys, you've got to check that syllabus. It's not due next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. So that's it for today. I'll see you next time, gang.
Not so fast,
You're
not
right.
so fast.
You're right.
Because we do have your papers here.
On these.
You really need to think about your audience here. What's the purpose of this paragraph, and who are you trying to convince of what? You need to think about target audience. You have some homework to do to revise this piece. Again, be careful with audience. I've done my research, and you should too. I think audience is your biggest challenge right now. Audience.
This moment was a turning point for me. Imagine with me for a moment you go out to see a jazz concert. You put on a nice suit or a little black dress, and you get to the concert hall and sit down in your seat. Suddenly, a movie screen descends and a video of a 1940s freak show on Coney Island begins to play, filling the concert hall with the overexuberant voice of an old-time radio announcer and a crackling big band soundtrack. You may love Coney Island, you may not, but the point is, that's not what you came to see. You were not the right audience, and that was not the right show. I thought on this concept as I sat in my car, and it changed the way I looked at writing forever. I believe that the thing that was most successful in helping me complete writing assignments this semester was asking myself this question: do I know who my assignment's audience is? And if so, how do I write for that audience? With the analytical bibliography, and even before that in journal number 4, I learned to first figure out what is required of me in terms of both the audience and the assignment I'm given, instead of in terms of what I think will impress people with my knowledge. And that is my literacy narrative, or rather, the story of how I came to realize that a writer's literacy narrative is never really over. My experience in English 30T brought me face to face with the fact that no matter how good at writing I think I've gotten, there's always something waiting to hit me upside the head and teach me something new I hadn't known before. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. Because it's all part of my story.
I agree. These are the credit bloopers.